I have a disease called Crohn's disease, and recently it's been taking a pretty big toll on my life. And for about 2 months, I haven't been able to move without any pain, and I haven't been able to function. I've been bedridden and had to stay inside like all summer. And I would say that it was a 10 out of 10 pain whenever I'd have to move anywhere. And while I was experiencing what I would say is the worst pain I've ever felt in my life, I was also trusting in God, but I was praying every day and not seeing anything get better. But the biggest thing that God told me was patience. But I still, in my mind, was like, how is this even going to get better? I don't understand. I just keep going downhill. It kept getting worse and worse, and I just kept hearing, be patient. In James 1:3-4, it says, because you know that the testing of your faith produces endurance, and let endurance have its full effect, so that you may be mature and complete, lacking nothing. And so in that verse, I could see that I need patience and that God is testing me. But I didn't realize it until later that God was testing me to see how far I will go for Him. And that's the biggest point. It is, Jackson, are you going to have your faith, or are you going to give up? Are you going to trust in me throughout the hardest time of your life and know that it's going to be okay? Because it's easy to give up. But I decided to trust in the Lord, and I listened to that verse, and I thought about it, and I was like, okay, I understand that this is what God's telling me to do, and this is what He's testing me on. And so I decided to go and follow Him and go as far as I did, just to be with Him. And over time, when I was at like my last straws, I was extremely sick, and that's when something happened, a miracle happened, and I got the right help, and I started to get better, and now I'm here, back at it, doing the things that I love, being able to preach the word again, all because of God, and all because I standed strong in my faith. But I learned so much about God testing me to truly follow Him and trust in Him through all those hard times. So what I'm saying is, after my story, I want you to hear it and think about a time, or if you're going through a time where it's easy to just be like, when is this gonna end? I just want to give up. Think about what Jesus would say. Jesus is right there with you, but is He asking you, how far are you going to go for Him? Are you going to stop where you're at, or are you going to trust in Him and not lean on your own understanding, but listen to what God is saying and trust in what He's doing in your life, because it will get better. And He has such a good plan for you, so you have to trust that, because it will get better. And it may take months, may take a year, may take 2 years, but that will be resolved. And in the end, God is so good, and He will heal you and bless you from whatever you're dealing with. I hope that wasn't too long of a message, but I really felt the need to share it, and I might do a longer video on the specific things that happened and every little detail of what I've learned and what Jesus has told me through that whole season of my life, and how I've got back to normal. And I'm just so happy and blessed. And there's a lot of things that I took for granted in my life that I will never take for granted again, and I just want that message to be shared. But I just pray that this can reach the right people and that it helps. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.